Hello and good morning, everybody. Nate here from NMKLTrader, and I just want to take a few minutes this morning and just kind of share with you what's really going on here at NMKLTrader. Now, some of you might be coming to my channel for the first time. You might be already looking at us and seeing what we're doing. You might be a trader that just come across us recently. You might have been with us for a while. So here is where we are headed. Right now, we have the market trend system at an introductory price for $199. So until next Monday, you have an opportunity to get in the market trend system and purchase it for a lifetime price at $199. Starting next Monday, we are moving to a monthly subscription for the market trend system. Now, what does that give you when you say the market trend system, Nate? I'm simply saying you get an indicator and a trading system that gives you better than 75 to 80% win rate. When you combine it with supply and demand or support and resistance, then that increases your percentage of winning. Okay. Now, it is a scalping system, and you can get into the trade, you can get into the futures markets in the morning session of New York, and you can usually hit your target within an hour or two. Okay. Now, I provided a video recently called 8 Nuggets. Okay. There's 8 nuggets in there that are the rules for trading the market trend system. And it is very important that you watch that video and see what those 8 nuggets are. Okay, one of my 8 nuggets is I don't like to trade the first 30 to 45 minutes of the market open. Why? Because a lot of times there's back and forth, and that back and forth is between a lot of retail traders and then the institutional traders trying to find out what the direction the market's going to be for the day. Well, of course, the institutions are going to set that direction. Why? Because they're the sharks in the pool. Now, with that said, I do want to share with you that with the market trend system, you get 4 indicators. The market trend alert micro, which basically is the red Heikin-Ashi candles or the blue Heikin-Ashi candles, depending on the direction of the market micro trend. Okay. And here we're in the NQ. Also, you get with this the market trend histogram, which is the macro or the larger trend. You know, when you go out to the beach and they say, be careful for those undertow currents. Well, you have the main current, and then you have these other currents that are pulling back into that main current, which basically gives this effect of back and forth. Okay, and that's where we get pullbacks. All right, so understand the micro and macro trend relationship. Then I have this market trend levels that you get with the system that simply give you the overnight high and low, yesterday's high and low, and deviation levels, okay? Because deviation levels are going to be important as our community grows. All right, so without further instruction here, oh, and then one other indicator, sorry about that. The market trend trading session, okay, that's this blue background here. That's simply the New York session. Now, this sets you up with an indicator system that'll allow you to enter trades and exit trades effectively, okay? Now, I have a sweet spot. When I trade this system, I teach you in the 8 nuggets to use 40 ticks take profit, 80 ticks stop loss. All right. Now, You can either set a hard stop loss and take profit. That means simply that the system will recognize it and it'll go ahead and either get you out of the trade or it'll go ahead and allow you to win the trade depending on which way the direction of the market goes. Okay. Or you can use them as a soft take profit and stop loss. A lot of people like to use the soft because then it allows the market to move. It might hit that 80 tick and continue on up. If it's going up, it might draw back a little bit. Sometimes when you got higher volume in the market, I prefer soft. As a scalper, I like to not really set a hard take profit and stop loss, but I know where it is. So that recommendation on how you're going to set your stop loss and take profit is basically 40 ticks, take profit, 80 ticks, stop loss. Now that's to manage risk, but it's also to take a snippet of profit out of the market. Well, you're saying, well, Nate, you're not going to win. I mean, your risk to reward ratio is off kilter there. And I'll say, yes, but the percentage of the win rate following my 8 nuggets and the percentage of the win rate being above 80% will still make me way profitable. Okay. So you kind of have to understand that relationship. Now, what I'm going to do real quick is show you a couple of places that you could have traded into this morning's market and you would have been profitable. All right. Then I'm going to share with you where we are headed. Now, keep in mind, the first update is buy the market trend system now for $199 through this week and this weekend, because starting next Monday, okay, next Monday, we're going to move to a monthly rate for anybody who wants to come on with that. And that monthly rate is going to be relatively comparable to competitors in the market. Why? Because we're spending a lot of time in training, doing videos, Discord community support. So it's only fair for us to make sure you got skin in the game. I hope you understand that. Okay, that's what these other guys do out there. But I'm going to spend my time with you. Now, before I do jump into the market, I want to share what our tier pricing system is going to look like. All right, there's a $79 a month pricing that's going to be for the market trend system. Okay, then after the market trend system, we are also working with Renko charts. Okay, those are bars. They're based not on time, but on distance in a direction, directional movement. How many ticks or how many points or pips has the market moved in a specific direction? Okay, so we're working with Renko charts. So I built this NMKL Renko Sniper, NMKLTrader Renko Sniper version 2, okay, which is knocking it out of the ballpark for the guys that are in my beta group right now. In fact, they love it so much, it has become their new video game, and they are killing it. They are passing, they are passing their prop firm eval accounts. They're also managing great risk in their performance accounts, which a lot of these systems out here don't allow you to do. Okay, so that's the second tier. We're going to offer that as a monthly package as well on top of the market trend system for $49.99 a month. Okay, now you can't get bits and pieces of this. If you're going to come in and trade Renkos right away, it's going to be $139.99 introductory price, okay, for right now, monthly. And the reason for that is this is trading on steroids. You would not believe that this indicator will tell you you are really in a sideways market. Stay out. It's there, folks. Okay. Now, the third tier of pricing that I'm going to offer is we're going to have a mentorship group within NMKLTrader, and that mentorship group is going to roughly run about $100 a month. But you get 2 or 3 times a month of a Zoom call one-on-one with me. You're going to get access to the indicators, and well, you'll already have access. And we're going to have group meetings once or twice a week as well. It's a mentorship group to where I can ask you, how is your trading going? Can I see your charts? Can I make some suggestions? Help you become a better trader. You don't get that in a lot of these groups. You don't get that one-on-one, that effectiveness. Okay. Now, I'm just going to move over to the charts now. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask me, nmkltrader@gmail.com. Send me a question there. I love what I do. I love teaching. I love helping people. And this is the place in NMKLTrader. And if you're already wanting to figure out how to get involved, well, just go below and purchase the market trend system at the link below. And you will see the $199 pricing up until a week from 2 days ago. Next Monday is where we're going to move to the monthly pricing. So please get in now while you can. All right, let's go ahead and look at today's market. Now, I did show you the 4 indicators previously that you're going to actually get access to. And in today's market, remember, one of the nuggets is I don't trade for the first, usually the first 30 to 45 minutes of the market. Today, I didn't get in at all. I started looking at the market here after 7:15 San Diego or West Coast Pacific time, which is 9:30 New York time. Okay, so just so you can correlate the timing below, that is Pacific Standard Time. All right, so the first time I really ever get an agreement is over here, okay, over here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just show you this particular first agreement here. I'm going to show you how I trade this. Now, these are Heikenashis, so yes, you cannot go back and replay. But if that's your only hang up getting involved, well, let me ask you this. Tell me how this wouldn't work. All right. The NMKLTrader system is so powerful, it's so simple, and it's so easy. And the reason I keep saying that is because all you have to do is wait until there's an agreement between the micro trend, the candle colors, and the macro trend, the histogram at the bottom. All right, now the first thing I do is I simply place a trade. I set my take profit to 40 ticks, okay? And sometimes I'll close my take profit out if I feel the market is going to continue on. But what I do is, in this case, we're going to place a sell, is I go, here's the signal candle right here above my cursor. Now what I'm going to do is just go slightly below that wick there, about, and I usually eyeball it 2 or 3 ticks, not a whole lot. And what I do is I simply place a trade. Okay, now if you look, that is just slightly below that wick of that candle there. Now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and let's set this to there we go, 40 ticks take profit, 40 ticks stop loss or stop level for this indicator here. Okay, let's just go up. There we go. All right, now what I want you to notice is, like I said, I don't set hard stop losses. Okay, I like to set soft ones so that I don't get taken out of the trade. But I know that we are in a down market. A lot of times I'll set a hard take profit just because I'm looking to get that 40 ticks and get out. All right, so I go ahead and I watch and manage this. All right. Now, what I do see is profit comes back and it does uh, hit right here and it does hit my 80 ticks right there. But then you see it go on down over here to hit the win. Okay. So in my book, this is still a winner. I use this 80 ticks as okay, if it continues up this way, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out. All right. But that's very crucial. That 40-80. That's another nugget. Now, you can go ahead and set them as hard if you want to protect your capital. And if you set them as hard, you're still going to win 75 to 80% of the time without managing. Okay. In this case today, I stayed in the trade and I won the trade. All right. Now, here we go. I set a buy or a sell stop on that, by the way. This is a sell stop. This is not an entry. This is not a market order. It is a sell stop order, which is pending. In other words, I want the market to continue to move in my direction. If it doesn't, then there's no need to get in at all. All right. So here's a beauty, right? Oh, this one doesn't count. It's not in agreement. All right. So over here is our second trade for the day. So some of you guys are still trading this system this morning as I'm speaking. Here's the next one. Okay, just barely. There's our trigger candle right there. Let's go ahead and place that stop buy or that sell stop just below it. Let me drag this over here so you can see where I would have placed it. Immediately, this one, let's go ahead and make this a 2040. Okay. I'm sorry, 4080. And you can see that this one, real quick, within 1-2 candles after the actual trade began, you can see that it was a winner chicken dinner. Okay, let me go ahead and move this back this way a little bit. It quickly went through and punched through the 40 ticks. All right, now here again, let's do the same thing. And you can see on this candle over here, this thing actually triggered. Well, this one triggered it, and this one actually went through it. All right, so let's go ahead and set my sell position. Okay, just below that, just a little bit. Oh, that's a buy position. Timeout. Let's do the short. Sorry. Thought we'll just place the short there. Let's go ahead and delete the long. Delete. Okay, here's the short position. Let's put that line right there just below the wick so you can see the demonstration here. All right, there we go. 40-80 ticks. And you can see real quick. Come on. Let me put that in the right spot. There it is. Okay, you can see real quick that this was another win. All right, this one took about 10 minutes. But you can see there's 3 winners already this morning. That's how simple this is. And if you're trading in New York, what time is it here in San Diego? It is 11:41. Oh, okay. Yes, it's 11:41. So there was a little bit of time this morning you had to wait for these trades. But all you need is 1 to 2 trades a day to hit your target. Don't overtrade. That's another tip in my Nuggets video. You really need to go watch that because those rules are for the market trend system and they are outstanding. They help you pass prop firm eval accounts. They help you risk manage your performance accounts at prop firms. Okay. You might not realize it, but they do because they help you manage the winning trades. They help you to trade when the volume is the most, and you're going to get the best out of the market. 1 to 2 trades is all you need to hit your target. Once you hit your target, then get out. You're going to hit your profit target more than or at least 70 to 80% of the time. And your loss target, it's not going to hardly be there. But when you hit one of those two markets, or I'm sorry, one of those two targets, stop trading. Go enjoy life. All right. So that is the NMKL Trader market trend system. Buy on blue, sell on red. Now let's shift to something even greater. Now remember, I was talking about 3 different tiers. 1 being the market trend system, 2 being our Renko charts. I'm going to show you something amazing here. And this will be on sale starting next Monday. Okay. It'll be another membership on top of the market trend system. Let's take a look at something very special. Just give me a minute here, and I'm going to bring up AKA the NMKLTrader Renko Sniper. Here we go, and off we go. Now, what I'm going to show you is today's market, where it's at currently, and how effective this system is. All right, now before I get too deep into this, wow, this thing is powerful. It's doing really well. Let's go on over to today's trading market. Y'all are going to love this. It's awesome. Okay. This is early on this morning. Just bear with me here for a minute, folks. That's on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 1 second. Okay. This is why I love this. Now I'm going to dial this in here for you pretty quickly. Just give me a couple of minutes. All right. Let me just check the settings, make sure we're good. Yep, we are good. Okay, let's go ahead and make things very beautiful here. All right. Now, this is the NMKLTrader micro, or I'm sorry, the NMKLTrader. That's the key right there. Just give me a second. The NMKLTrader Renko Sniper 2 system. Okay, now this is where this thing becomes the bomb. We're trading on 2-bar Renkos, okay, which is quite speedy. Speedy Gonzalez, here you come. All right. And you also see that I have my buy and sell indicators in the micro trend there. Oh, it's built around the market trend system. That's why it is so powerful. All right, let me, you also see at the bottom down there, you see the histogram, the macro trend. The micro is built into the Renko charts, and the macro is still there. We also still have our trading session. All right, it's pretty powerful. Now, let me just take you over to the beginning of the market this morning. I might shrink this just a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. There is so many opportunities to trade here and pull $100 out of the market every time you get into a trade, or even better, the 40 ticks. Okay. Let me just get over here to the, I really don't have to go all the way to the beginning, but I can. Let me just scrunch it up. All right. So this is, wow, I can't even get in there. That's crazy, folks. All right, let's just spread it out. I want to make it more convenient for you guys to take a look at. Um, let's go look and see where the market is right now so I can explain this thing to you. This is so explosive. All right, now, if you look at my Renko charts, they are on a traditional 2 setting in trading view. Each one of these blocks are basically 2 points in the NQ. And if you do your math, each point on the NQ in the futures is worth $20, roughly. Okay. So I take that back. Each point is worth $20, and 2 points per block means each block is $40. Okay, so you got to know that when you go into your different markets. How much are they per point? How many points is each block? Very, very crucial. Let me get over here to where the market is currently. And I'm just going to show you some fun. That's why you got to watch this, okay, because this market moves very fast. We also have it on a 1 second time frame. And that's so you can get the market to paint these bars much quicker, okay, based on movement. Let's get out there. We're at, what time is it now? 11:49. We're getting there. Okay, let's just take this little area here. A couple of things I want to show you before we even jump into how to trade this thing is we have this indicator here, which is basically in addition to the market trend system. That's why I'm saying it's an additional 59 a month on top, I'm sorry, $49 a month on top of the 79, because you get with it the market trend system. You get also the Renko Sniper version 2, NMKLTrader Renko Sniper version 2, along with it as well. Okay, so that's why it's much a higher price. But this thing is so dynamic in trading Renkos that I cannot not allow it to be in the community. It's really going to help traders. Okay, let's take a look at the particular, and I'm not going to go over settings because this video is going to be out on YouTube for everybody and for you guys to see. But you join the group, and these are optimized NMKLTrader optimized settings for this indicator. Okay. So first of all, I'm just going to show you here. Don't worry about these balls too much. We'll talk about them if you get in a group. But what I want to do is, okay, look up here. We have a sell on the micro trend. The micro trend alert is giving us a sell. All right. Now, of course, market comes down. Now, at the same time, I get a sell signal here. This arrow down is a sell signal. And 2 bars after that, I get a flip of the histogram. Now we have confirmation of 3 indicators. All right. So what I would do, this is my trigger candle here. Let me put a line through that so we can actually see that there. That's my confirmation right there. All right, now what I'm going to do is go ahead, and you can do market trades here because you're scalping if you want. I don't care, market orders. So I'm going to go ahead and set my indicator here at the bottom of that block. Now on this one, what I'm looking for, you can go ahead and set your 40/80 if you would like. And that's what I usually do at the beginning of the trade. And then what I simply do is I draw this in to where I think I should put it. Now, I see a wick right there, so I'm going to leave it right there. All right. Or if you want to use this wick, the top of this wick below it. So now you're not actually risking 80 ticks, you're risking less. And you can see that this thing went through the 40 ticks really quick, lightning speed. Okay. 11:37, 01, 02, 03, 04. I mean, this thing, there's 37:12. It halted right there, drew back a little bit, and then it went on through. Okay. And you can see here, watching the histogram, you can see that this also gives you a third opportunity. Now, what I'm using inside this particular indicator is I'm using a combination of the QQE and the RSI. Okay, what I did is combine them together, gave it a look. I optimized the settings. Okay, so when you get in there, you can select between 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars, 6 bars, and 8 bars. I'm sorry, points per bar, because I wanted it to optimize those settings to where you can set it for those bars, or you can click in the indicator below it and set your own settings. Okay, so you can play with the indicator as well. And so that's why it's so dynamic. And then what I did is I went ahead and locked it up, because I don't want people out there playing with it and just running all over the place with it and get so frustrated that they don't even know what to do with it. Now, let me show you one more piece of this Renko trading system. Here it goes. All right. This Renko trading system, okay, so we're trading down. We exit right here. Okay, that's our exit point. And with the Renko sniper, you get actually the option to set these balls. I did not have the blue ones turned on, but you have the balls that tell you when to get out of the trade. Okay, so there should be a blue painted ball right here saying, okay, you bought here. I'm sorry, you sold here. You came down. Now you need to be exiting your trade or buying back. All right, so this is an exit point right here. When the RSI line comes out of the actual histogram, then the purple line comes out of the histogram here. You need to be getting out. Now, if you look, yes, it climbs back up, but you don't have an agreement here. So I wouldn't take the trade, because the pressure at this point is downward based on the macro trend. And of course, you see the market go sideways here. Here's what I want you to notice. The red and green lines, and this is what the QQE brings to it. All right, if you notice, till about right there, that orange area. Okay, and let me go up here and do the same thing. From there to about, we can say right here, we get the opportunity to stay out of a sideways market and guess trade. That gets us in so much trouble a lot of times. Let's go back here. I see this one area where there's quite a little bit of a sideways market, and I want to show you some even more dynamics. Okay, so right down here, you have the histogram saying, hey, we're still in a buy condition. All right, so you're not going to buy, or you're going to buy, but you're not going to sell. Well, let's take a look at this Renko chart here. All right, this Renko chart simply gives you the opportunity to say, wow, well, we're not going to sell on this blue thing, But when it does come back up into the market does come back up into that QQE range there, it never goes above it. So we have another sideways market there. Even though it looks like it's going down, it's a sideways market. And you will get eaten up in this area. Just ask some of the traders inside NMKLTrader. Ask yourself if you've been trading futures for a while. When you get caught up in those sideways markets, they'll eat your lunch. But this indicator takes that away. Okay, I've shown you a lot of stuff. I've shared with you a lot of stuff where NMKLTrader is heading in the next couple of weeks. All right, number one, let me recap. The market trend system. It's $199 until next Monday. So get it today, get it tomorrow, but don't wait until it's too late. On top of that, we are now adding our Renko Sniper version 2.0. This is a game changer. There was a guy trading the micro NQ yesterday, made several $100s just with one contract, and he's killing it, folks. All right, let me not talk too much about the success, but you need to get in and try it for yourself. We don't have a trial period because trial periods do nothing more than tie up our time with our people. Okay. You have to get in, try it for a month. And if you feel this is not for you, fine. No harm, no fault, no foul. Just go on and see where you're, at in the trading space. Find that where that great experience trading is for you. But here at NMKLTrader, I really ask you to give us a chance because we care about you, traders helping traders. Without further ado, after the Renko system, I'm going to have a mentorship program where I will meet with you once or twice or 2 or 3 times a month on a video call, Zoom video call, so you can share your charts with me, you can share your journaling, things of that nature. But that mentorship program is going to be $100 a month. And it's going to be focused on, homework. It's going to be focused on, when I say homework, I'm not talking like you're going to have to sit there with a pencil and answer a bunch of math questions. But you're going to have to do a little bit of homework. You're going to have to keep a journal. You're going to have to trade.
It's 12 hours.
You're going to have to talk real with me. And I'm going to evaluate you. And sometimes I say things that are straight up, here's why you're not trading. But if you overcome it, you will be successful. All right. I've shared way more than I should have. But I hope today you will take in and watch this video and listen and learn what we have for you here at NMKLTrader. We are about you succeeding. All right. Everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you in the next video. And I'll see you in the trade room at NMKLTrader. Remember, in the link below, you can find how to buy and purchase the market trend system. That automatically gives you access to our NMKLTrader community for life. Okay, for the life. And when I say life, that's if you buy it before Monday. Because once you get into the monthly membership, it's not going to be that way. It'll be as long as you're a monthly paying member, then you get access to us. All right. I hope it's been great information. This is a great opportunity. Don't pass it up. Goodbye, everybody.